Can you say Miss Lovelace?
Miss Lovelace.
Love it. Awesome. So I'm going to do some math with you today, but I have a couple things I want to talk to you about before we get started, okay? First of all, you're going to be working in partners. So go ahead and point to the partner that you're going to be working with at your table. Excellent. So you know who that is. A couple of expectations, rules that I have for working with partners, now eyes on me, would be that when you're working together that we talk with each other about what we're doing, that we share and take turns and all that fun stuff. Got it?
Got it.
Got it. Awesome. So you have a couple of things on your table already. So before we get started, let me tell you about your tools. And these are tools, not toys. Math tools, right? We're going to use them to do math. We're not going to build towers and trains and all the things, right? We're not going to build big sculptures. We're going to use them to do math today, okay? There's a time for them to be toys, and it's not right now, okay? So when you use these, I want you to think of them as tools. So each of you have a red bag or a blue bag. One of your two groups, so this group might get the red and this group gets the blue. It doesn't matter, okay? Y'all with me? And you're going to use these to explore the math today. You also have what we call number tents. What's this number? 10. And then it has all the other numbers here. We're going to use these to show me, you're going to use these to show me what number you've created after you've counted them, okay? And I'll be asking you some questions about it. So you'll be using these. Every group should have some number tents to help show me the number. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a red, you have a blue. If you finish, so this group is doing red, and they do all the things I've asked them to do, and they're like, well, what do I do now? Guess what? They can come right here and pick up a blue bag, okay? So we're going to have the person with the highest class number would be that person who gets to come get this. So look at your partner and tell them what your class number is.
My class number is 7.
And who had the higher number between you two? Raise your hand if you have the higher number. And if you need help with that, we can help you. Who had the higher number? Who's coming to get materials? Between these two. You're 9? And you're? So you're going to go, if y'all finish working with your blues, you go get a red, okay? You're the materials person. And you're the materials person. Does everyone at your partner know who the materials person is?
Yes.
Got it? Perfect. Now you might not get finished. We're going to explore for a little while. Do you have a question, or are you showing me you're the materials person?
I'm a cheerleader person.
Awesome. I'm excited. Okay, you can put your hands down. Thank you so much. You guys are so ready to go this morning. I'm excited. All right, thanks for listening to me for that little bit to get us set up to make sure we all knew what to do with the manipulatives and what to do if you were finished, okay? Now we're ready to start our math lesson. Are you excited?
Yeah.
I'm excited too. I love cubes and I love to do math. So here we go. So we have our learning target on the board today. I am learning about the digits in a teen number. You are going to learn about the digits in a teen number. I hear you've been learning about teen numbers for a little while. Yeah, I bet you know some things about teen numbers. So today we're going to really focus in on the digits, the numbers that make up your teen number, okay? You are going to know you're successful when you can model and write an equation. And an equation is a number sentence. Look at your partner and tell them what you have to do to be successful today. Oh, let's try it again. We're going to be successful when we can model. Turn and tell your partner. What are you going to have to do? Okay, back with me. You're going to be successful when you can model. How do you model with math? What do you use?
Paper.
You could use paper, but what have I given you that you could model with? Cubes. Exactly. So you could model with your cubes. But you also are going to be successful. You not only have to use the cubes, you have to write an equation or a number sentence. Okay? So tell your partner, what else do you have to do besides use your cubes?
Write an equation or a number sentence.
Oh, so good. You're going to write an equation or a number sentence. So when you and your partner get through exploring, be sure you have a model. You're able to tell me about it because I'm going to be asking you questions, and that you can write a number sentence. Are you ready to roll?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So you guys have some cubes in front of you, and I need your help. I don't know how many are in these bags. Can you help me out with this?
Yeah.
I know you could because I heard your excellent counters. So you're going to open up your bags in just a minute when I say go. You and your partner are going to work together, and you're going to count how many are in your bag. And I need to know how many are red and how many are blue. So if you finish your bag of reds, you can come get a blue materials person, but be sure you've done all the things, model and an equation before you come get another bag. And I'm going to be coming around asking you a bunch of questions, so be ready. And you're going to use those number tenths to show that number and write an equation. So you ready to roll?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to set my timer, and I'm going to let you get started figuring out how many are in that bag. Go.
You don't know. Stop. So, how about I do one and then you take the one? 7, 8, 12. 12.
Okay, how many did you come up with?
12.
You have 12? So how did you know there were 12? What did you do to find out there were 12?
We counted them.
You counted them? So how did you count them? Did you count some and you counted some, or did y'all count together?
16. It said 16.
Okay, here's what I'm wondering. Could you count them in a way that where you don't have to count every individual one? What could you do to count them where you don't have to count all of these? What did you do to these cubes? Okay, so you're saying you can put them together? Okay, so I'm going to let y'all work on that. I want you to see if you can put them together to create your number, and then tell me what those two parts are, okay? Awesome. All right, talk about what's going on over here. What'd you come up with?
16.
How'd you know there were 16?
Because we counted them. So we did this, and then we counted 2, and then put 2 more, and then we counted those, and just keep doing it.
So you just kept counting them. So I noticed you're putting them in a line. Why are you putting them in a line like that?
We weren't.
Oh, well, he was just then. Why were you putting them in a line like that?
Because then we could
Count them more easily? Yeah, so I'm wondering, is there a way you could put these together? Like these are kind of flying apart. You know, our cubes could stick together. Is there a way you could group them together to create two parts that would make our number? Y'all work on that and I'm going to come back, okay? Awesome. Oh, why do we have both colors out? Remember, we were supposed to start with one color. So, and remember our model and write an equation. So let's start with the blue. Did y'all figure out how many are in the blue?
Yes.
Okay, so talk to me about this. How many are there?
16.
16. This is not going to work with me. 16. And how did you know there were 16?
Because we put them like in a row and then we like counted them.
I noticed you guys put yours in a row too. Can y'all tell me why you would choose to put them in a row like that?
Because
Let me take a picture of yours. Why would you put them in a row? Why'd y'all do that?
for us it was like easier to like count them and to like put them together.
It would be easier to count them. Do y'all agree with that? That way you don't mess up the counting. So what I'm wondering, remember we had on our success criteria, we had to write an equation to show this. Is there a way you could have grouped these to show an equation? Remember a number sentence, to have two numbers you could add together to show an equation? Can you guys work on your number here that you've counted? Can you put them together to show me two numbers? And remember, you have your number tenths, so this might help you make your groups too, okay? So y'all talk with each other. What two groups could you make to show a number sentence or an equation for this number, okay? Y'all work on that, and I'll be back. Y'all work on that too, okay? How could you group them and use your number tenths to help you write your number sentence? Oh my goodness, look at these lines over here. Tell me, why in the world are y'all putting these in lines like this? Why? Why didn't you just have them all in a big scattered mess like they were in the bag? Oh no, that makes it hard to count, doesn't it? So you put them in a line. Oh, don't mess up your beautiful line. So you put them in a line. Why did you do that? Let's put them back in your beautiful line.
You forgot what you said.
You were counting them. That's okay.
We were counting them and we wanted to be easy to count.
Okay. So I'm wondering, how much did you come up with over here?
Oh.
How many were there?
There was 16.
16. Could you use these number numbers to help find the numbers that make 16? You got 12. Could you find the numbers on the number tent to help you make 12? And remember, our success criteria is to write an equation. So don't forget to get out your little boards and write your equations to match once you find them in the number tents, okay? I'll be back.
Okay, that's
Oh my goodness, look at all this counting over here. Talk to me about, and you guys didn't work together, did you? You worked separately. That's okay. So talk to me about why you lined them up like this. Why did you choose to line them up like this?
No, you don't have power.
How many did you have total? You had 12. How did you know there were 12?
Not too many.
There are not too many. So did you just go, it looks like 12?
Wait, do we want 6?
Or did you count to find? You counted. Awesome. And so when you counted, how many did you find? 16. Did you also count? Oh, I'm hearing what you're saying. So you knew that was 10. How'd you know that was 10? What are you doing?
Okay. 5 and 5 make 10.
5 and 5 make 10. And so you said 10, and then what did you do to count the rest? Oh, so you said 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm following you. Okay, so you guys both counted different numbers. Remember, part of our success criteria today is to write an equation. So you have your little boards, and you have these number tents. I want you two to work together. What would an equation be for 12 that you could make with these? What would an equation be for 16 that y'all could make with these? And I want you to write it down on your board when you get through, okay? Y'all work on that. I'm going to come back. Work on your equation. Oh my goodness. What is this over here? No sword fights for sure. So talk to me about your numbers here. What you got?
12.
12. How'd you know it was 12?
Because we counted them.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you guys get over here?
16.
16. How'd you know it was 16?
Because I just counted them 2.
You counted them too. Here's what I'm wondering. You have number 10 over there?
Yeah.
Is your number 10 missing?
They don't have a number 10.
Oh, then y'all may have to share. Here's what I want you to do. You've counted 16 and you've counted 12. And I noticed you have them in 2 groups. Why do you have them in these 2 groups? How many is in this group? 8. How many's in this group? And so how'd you know it was 12? You have them in one big group.
And that's 9.
Did you add
There's
them?
9 in here.
Oh, there's 9. And then so you said 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's look at our number 10s, ladies and gentlemen over there. I want y'all to work together. Remember, part of our success criteria was to write an equation. You guys have modeled beautifully. What I'm wondering is, can you use your number 10 numbers to find 2 parts to make your number and write an equation? Talk to each other. What should those 2 parts be to show 12? What should those 2 parts be to show 16? Y'all do that and I'm going to come back. Did y'all give me my 2 parts yet?
We got 2.
You did?
10.
Oh, let's see. Well, how many is this?
10.
This is 10. Can you prove it to me? Count this to prove it to me.
10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, so this is 10. I just want to be sure this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. Look at this, guys. They have 10 and 6. I notice you have 2 groups as well. How many are in your groups?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And you have 6? And so y'all had how many total?
12.
They had 12. So let's look at their group. They have a 10 and a 6. Can I take a picture of this, please? What do you think? Why do you think they chose to make a group of 10 and then 6 more? How do you think they did that? Why do you think they did that? Why would they make a 10 to go with their 6? Do y'all know? Why did you do that? Oh, there might not have been enough. Could y'all make a group of 10? If you made a group of 10, what would it look like? How many would be left? Y'all do that. Let's see what happens. Now, remember, you guys have made your model. Remember our success criteria? You made your model. Oh, we got about 2 more minutes to finish up our model and our equation. Okay? Don't forget, some of you are really working on that equation. I need to see one. So you have your, still going on. Oh, you have 11? Make sure your stick is 10. Can you make sure your stick is 10? All right, I need you guys to help me out here. You have done a fabulous job of modeling with 10 and 6. Can you show me the 2 parts with your number 10? What are the two parts here? And then I want you to remember our success criteria. Write an equation. Can one of y'all get your board out and write an equation to show what you've modeled? Awesome. You work on that and you see if you can find the numbers that match. Oh my goodness, talk to me. Did you do it? Did you find the numbers? What is going on here? So let's see. You have, talk to me. What happened here? Okay. So wait, I'm really confused. Look at this, guys. She has a 1. She's saying this is 1. This is 2. That's not right, is it? This is 10. Why is there a 1 here? What does this 1 represent? It's not 1. This is 1, 1. 1 group of 10, isn't it? So she is, you are right, aren't you? So how did she make this number? Let's watch. She had her 10 and her 2 to make 12. Look at that. Wait, did y'all write an equation yet? I'm wondering if you can write an equation for me to show what those two parts were that we put together. Could y'all write an equation on your board right quick?
Yeah.
Could you grab a board? Could you write an equation for that? So what does this 1 represent for you all?
110.
110. I love it. But so it's really 10, but it looks like a 1 because it's 110. Okay, I'm following you. Excellent.
That's not 2.
So write your equation. Oh my, talk to me. Have we got our numbers over here? Did you find your numbers that made?
27.
Oh, you have them. Put them together. So you were making 27. Oops. So you said you put them all together and made 27. So if you made 27, what, and if you went back to your original number, which was what, 12 or 16?
12.
12. Could you show 12 using these tenths, the number tenths? Could you show 16 using your number tenths? Did you do it?
Yeah.
Then once you have your tenths that show 12, can you write an equation?
Yeah, I can.
Awesome, do it. Look at that. So let's look at this equation.
We used 10 and then we added a 1 and then we added a 6, so it's 16.
Okay, so where can you see your 10? Where do you see 10?
Right here.
Yes, but where do you see 10 in your model?
50.
Where's 10 in your model?
35. No. So you want to make 35?
Okay, so hang on, let me take a picture of this real quick.
30.
All right, let me take a picture.
This is
Okay,
30.
so you're saying right here is 10? So there's 10.
30.
How many are left?
That is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, so look what you have here. Does this say 6?
Yeah. We did
Oh, what does this say?
16.
Oh, so what do you need to do? Now can you make 16?
Yes.
What could you do with this number to make 16?
Put it on top.
You sure can, and look at that. Now you have your 16. So let me take another picture of that. Excellent job. Okay, so what you discovered is, wait, I'm confused. That says 1 now.
84.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I thought it was 10.
It was 10, but you need to put that 12.
So that 1 represents 1 what?
86.
Is it 1 cubed?
6. No.
It's 1 what?
How about
110. 1 group of 10.
We got 12.
Did you get it? Awesome. So exciting. Awesome. All right, guys. Oh my goodness gracious. You and I need the board to help me with this. You are the most excellent explorers I have ever met. Do you explore like this all the time? I bet you do. Woo! Miss loves it. It's hot. Can I take this? And can I take this? Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And I need to take one more picture too. Don't you get that going. But, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to come. Okay, gotcha. All right, so I hope they'll be able to see now. It's able to. I'm going to show some work up here. You guys did an excellent job. Remember, our learning target today was to explore the digits and find out the meaning of the digits in a 2-digit number or in a team number. Remember that? And you guys had to model and write an equation. Look at your partner and talk to them. Did you model and write an equation? Thank you. You're not waiting on me. Sorry. And so were y'all able to model and write an equation? Some of us were modeling, but we didn't get to what? Right, but some of us wrote an equation. So we're going to share some work so we can see some equations and we can talk about what they mean. And we can get to our success criteria, which is to know what the digits of a 2-digit number mean, of a team number mean. So I'm going to need you to turn your chair so you can see up on the screen. And I'm not touch or manipulate anymore. I know it's fun and y'all did a great job. But I want us to focus on what we're going to see on the screen. And if you have to kind of stand up to see, I get it, because it's hard to see from way back where you might be. So we're going to get these up in just a second, and I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to ask you about the model that's up there, and I'm going to have you turn and talk to your partner or your table group about what you see. Okay? So as soon as these get up here, we'll get started. Oh, it's okay. You know technology is always fun, right? Turn and tell your neighbor, what did you do to figure out how many were in each bag? Oh, come back with me. What'd your partner say? What did you do to find out how many there were? Counted them, right? You all counted them, but some of us counted in different ways. Some of us made groups. Some of us counted by ones. And we're going to look at some of those models in just a second. Thank you for being patient. Oh, do we need to switch something on the computer? Oh. Oh, there we are. Look at all those. Oh, I'm excited. Can't wait. Okay. Oh, I have to do it here. Let me get the glasses. Okay, so yeah, that first one. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at this first model that some of your friends did. Do you see what they have up here? Can you see that? I want you to turn and talk to your partner. And here's what I want you to talk about. Why did they put this in a big long line like this? What's their reasoning? Why would they put it in a big long line like that? Turn and talk to your partner. Why'd they do that? Why'd they put it in a long like that? What do y'all think? Why'd y'all put yours in a big long line? Why didn't you just leave them in the bag in a big pile? Why didn't you just leave them in a big pile to count? Why did you do that? It would be kind of hard, right? So putting it in a line made it a little easier, didn't it? Okay, let's come back together. Somebody tell me. Why would someone put theirs in a line like that to count them? Yes, ma'am.
Because it's easier to count.
Did y'all hear that? She said it's easier to count. Would you agree when you have things in a line, it's easier to count? Because if you have them in a big pile, you get them all messed up, and you count double and you miscount. It's not good, right? So we have to put them in a line. So a lot of you put them in a line, stuck them together, and some of you did some other things. So I want to show you another one. So putting them in lines are definitely good. So could you show the red one, the next one? I think that was the next one. Okay. No, I'm lying. It's the blue one, the next one. So let's look at this one, how this person put theirs real quick. The third one. Third, yeah. So y'all see this one? Can you see what's happening here? And actually, it was turned this way, but that's okay. Do you see how they've done these? You see that? I wonder what they were thinking in order to count these. You see how they've grouped them here on this one? Somebody, y'all turn and talk to your neighbor. Why would they group them like this instead of a big long line? How were they counting this group? Turn and talk to your neighbor. How were they counting this group? Oh, I see. So you see how many are in each line? 10. You see 10 and one more? Okay, we'll talk about that. All right, let's come back together. So, talk to me, sweetheart. What do you think they were doing when they put these up like this? How were they counting them?
Because they put it in the tin and then they count the rest.
Okay, so where do you see 10? You can come show me. Come up real quick, real quick. Okay, let's see. She says she sees 10. Do you see 10?
Yes.
Do you see 10? Show us where the 10 is. Oh, do you see this right here, these two groups of 5? Looks a little bit like a 10 frame, doesn't it, on its side? Thank you, sweetheart. So she said it was 10 and some more. Do you see 10? And then she said 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So she made 10 and some more. Turn and tell your neighbor, why would she want to do 10 and some more to count, rather than counting every one of them? Turn and tell your neighbor. Okay, so let's come back together. Why do you think she said 10 and some more? Did y'all talk about that? What do you think? Why would she do that?
Because she plays 10 and counts it.
Oh, so you like the 10 is that friendly number. We have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Made it a little easier to count. Even easier than putting them in a big long line, didn't it? So let's look at this one. Can you flip it? Yeah, that's it. If you can't flip it, that's fine. Now look what they did. I know it's hard to see, so I'm going to kind of show it to you, tell you what's up here. This is a stick of 10, and this is a stick of 6. You remember our last picture where they were all kind of grouped in 10s, but not like this? Do you remember the last picture? So with this person, they have a group of 10 and then 6 here. How is this one different than the last one we just saw? Turn and tell your neighbor, how is this model different than the last one? Okay, so let's come back together. How was that one different? Did it still show 10 and 6? Yeah, it did, but it was different because it did what? Y'all were saying. What's different about this one than our last one?
It was together.
It's stuck together, so you can see the 10 sticks. So we have a group of 10 and some more, don't we? So I want to show this next one, if you don't mind the slide. That's so sorry. There should be the red one. Yeah. No. You gotta tilt your head good, I guess, on that one. So this was the red group. So the red group had come up with 12. So do you see this? And I told you to make them with our tent because remember, part of our success criteria was to write an equation. You guys are rocking the models, right? You have models where you count in a line, you made a group of 10 and some more, but we had to write an equation. So we have this model and it says 1 and 2, but I'm confused. I thought we just said that this was not 1, it was 10. So I'm really confused. Can you help me figure this out? This says 1. It's not 1, is it?
No.
Turn and tell your neighbor, why is this a 1 to represent this? Turn and tell your neighbor.
Because there's a 10 under those, that 2.
No, it's a 10 under there. So what does that 1 represent? 1 what?
10.
110. I love that. So that 1 represents 110.
Because there's a 1.
Gotcha. Okay, so come back together. Could you share that with the group, please? So let's hear something from the back. Why is that 1? Because I don't think that's 1. Is it? It's 1 what? Go ahead.
10.
He says that 1 represents 110. Do y'all agree with that? Yes. Oh, I see some I agree. 110 and 2 1s. So remember when you had these, you had the 10, didn't you? And you were able to put them together. So part of our success criteria today was to tell what the digits mean. Did we know what this digit means?
Yes.
Yes, you just told me. You said it's 110. What does this digit mean?
2
2 1s. 110, 2 1s. Put them together, you get 12. So last thing I want to show you, remember the final part of our success criteria was an equation. So I want to show you a couple of equations. I think that's a good picture of both of them. And they're sideways, so everybody do this. And it's okay. So this says 10 plus 6 equals 16. 10 plus 2 equals 16. So, a 12. Thank you. So I need to know, with these equations, which one of these equations matches the models that we just showed? Which one represents the models we just showed? Turn and tell your neighbor. Which one of those represents which model?
The bottom
doesn't it? Yes, because it's how many? I know, one thing, I love how you said that. Okay, let's do that. All right, back together. So we have a friend over here who wants to share. What did you say? Which one? She said, I found the one that represents my group. Which one is it? Did y'all hear what she said? It was 110. Does that equation show 110? There's 10 and 2 ones. And she said, that's my 12. That's my equation. Did others of you see your other equation? Your group of 10 and your 6 ones, or your group of 10 and your 2 ones? That is awesome. So let's go back. Let's wrap up our lesson for the day. Today we were discovering what the digits of a team number meant. You had to model and explain, or model and write an equation. And you guys were doing an excellent job on your model. I want you to think, though, what the equations mean. So we had to figure out what those digits were. I want you to turn and tell your neighbor, what did we discover that the 1 in these team numbers represents? So when you see a team number like this, what does the 1 represent? Turn and tell your neighbor what you discovered today. Okay, so let's come back together. What you discovered today was that this 1 represents what? 110. And then to make the team number, we have some extra ones, don't we? That is awesome. I wonder if that's true for all team numbers. You guys will be exploring more team numbers as the week goes on, I hear. And so I can't wait to hear if this is true for all team numbers, if the 1 always represents a group of 10. Interesting. All right, guys, if you don't mind, thank you so much. You did an excellent job today. If you would put my cubes back in their baggies, that would be awesome.